What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Miss Maggie T with Atlanta Sports Network. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. But let's go ahead and get into these updates. Well, it looks like the Hawks did fall short to the Raptors 125 to 114. They didn't get quite the job done. But right before that, Trae Young recorded his 20th career 40-point game. He is the sixth player with at least 20 40-point games before turning 24, and this is since the 76 and 77 merger. Okay, so of course we still need to do a lot more as far as the roster to make sure Trae Young has more help to winning these games. As a matter of fact, it does look like the Hawks currently are 4.5 games back from the 6th seed. Now, it's not impossible to get to where we need to be, but it's going to be a challenge to get there as far as where we're going to be ranking in the seeds. Now, in other news, Onyeka Okongwu, he's been for the past few weeks been kind of dealing with the loss of his late father, Mike. And he just kind of basically reflecting on it, regretting that he didn't really have, I guess a close relationship with him, and he wished he knew him better. So it's kind of taken a toll on him as far as that relationship and what he meant to him. I guess he felt that if he had him more in his life, whatever the case may be, maybe he's questioning his existence at this point. And I definitely understand that when you don't have a relationship with your father, as in myself, my biological father, I don't know. Now, I have a stepfather, that's all I know. So it's like, it's still that question of the doubt of what I could have been if I had that relationship with my biological father. I get that. As well as, that's all I got as far as the Hawks right now. Let's go ahead and talk about these Falcons, though. Terry Fontenot just mentioned that, we are in the off season now. So, they're starting to get into the Senior Bowl. And he mentioned that as of last year, he didn't really go to Alabama. He didn't go to Mobile. He had to change his plans because he felt that he was needed more in Atlanta. It was around the time that Arthur Smith was hired as the head coach. So technically, this is actually his first Senior Bowl as of, the GM of the Falcons. Now, with that being said, he's using the Senior Bowl to help really build this team, getting into that talent pool, basically to improve some things in our situation. And I believe that they are definitely more driven towards that, character development, player development. I believe in Arthur Smith and Terry. They're going to bring in a nice little combination of things. We're going to have some good players out there. Now, the Falcons currently hold 3 top 60 draft picks, the 8th overall pick, and 2 second rounders. Of course, thanks to that trade with Julio Jones. Now, let's talk about some players, though. Cordarrelle Patterson. The question's been up in the air about what we're going to be doing with him. Now, he's been definitely heavily campaigning for himself, as you kind of guys can see in this picture where he's, embracing Arthur's blank. Arthur Blank has his players that he just, holds on to and love, and he calls them his pops. That's a significant picture. That's a significant statement. Cordarrelle Patterson feels like he belongs here with the Falcons, and I do hope that we can situate something where he's able to remain a Falcon, and retire. Patterson has become the most consistent offensive weapon, and of course he's loved by many. He is basically just Fontenot's best free agent signing in his season with the Falcons, and I do hope that him campaigning and everything, I think that they take it and just go ahead and sign him on for the remainder of his season. I think that will be a great deal. All right, so cut that check out the blank. Now, it looks like as far as the MLB, they have asked for federal mediation and bargaining talks to help resolve this lockout situation. As you guys know, the season is up in the air because of another lockout in the MLB, and it would have to be agreed to by the Players Association, and it is a voluntary process. The sources confirmed. So right now, we don't even know if they're going to be getting in the batting cage, spring training, none of that. As of right now, as they negotiate some things in the MLB. So there's a lot going on with that we need to, I guess, pay attention to. All right. So, of course, there's a lot of head coaching situations and a lot of people pointing fingers and sticking out for themselves as far as, African-American coaches in the NFL league. I think it's going to be very interesting this offseason to see how everything develops. We got coaches that are actually starting to get, in their interviewing field now, so they can see if they can become a head coach of certain teams, because there's a lot of teams out there in desperate need of a good head coach, including New Orleans right about now. As you know, Sean Payton stepped down. So Eric actually is one of the interviewees, and you already know, interviewers, you already know the controversy around him. He is a great candidate to be a head coach, and it's basically we got to start giving these players, these people that are contributing to this NFL organization more opportunities, not because of their race. Okay, all right, but that's all I got for you as far as all my Atlanta sports news, as well as around the league. I appreciate you guys tuning in each and every day. I won't do a show. I'm going to recover this weekend as I'm got my antibiotics and things like that. I'm going to, doctor up and be back in full effect Monday. Okay. Thank y'all for your patience with me and understanding. It means an awful lot. As you know, everybody has been, there's always one bad apple out there that just is not happy, but it could just be somebody that's just having a bad day. So I pray for you. All right, people, and I'm out. Peace.